Okay guys, welcome back to a new video. Now we are going to continue our tier list, which is Diona and Dori this time. And now this is the score. Okay, now this is the score for Dori and Diona, and we are going to check from the way they are playing. So first, Diona is basically just shield, but the main usage of her is not only shield but also a heal, and she's probably have one of greatest 4-star buff, I do think, which is 200 EM. This one, and this is pretty much one of the ridiculous. Like, to be honest, I do think this is the most stupid part of Diona. If you have Diona, I do think you have to get at least her C6 to be can be used at many things. And mainly her team usually people will think at double cryo or even as another like probably some weird male team or even just new flat team in general. Some people will actually use Diona, yeah, and anyone sometimes use Diona, but I do think Diona main capability, and I do think you can try it, but I think it's in Hyperbloom. Yeah, Hyperbloom, I do think she is pretty much kind of shine there. Yeah, and I do believe if you want to try, you can try it, but I forgot the problem with her C6. I actually forgot. I think this only counts as the characters who plays it, and for me, if it's played, it means you have to play Raiden, and that is kinda strange or cookie in the field, which is kinda weird in one way or another. But if you can play with other characters without playing them in field, like example playing Cookie and Raiden and no need in field, that is great. That is great. Or even if it all have to be in field, I do think Nahida is still good to have that 200 EM. Yeah, he's still general going to like it. And anyways, that's her first usage. That's why I put her in A. And this you can see Dps Single and Dps Aoe because the main reason of her 200 EM buff and her healing, that is pretty much kinda insane for me for Dps Single and Dps Aoe. And the next one for flexibility, this is can be argued, you can put her at B, but in general I'm going to put her in A. The reason why I put her in A because she still can be used in many characters without have like bad synergies because her mainly capability is to shield and heal, which is pretty much kinda rare in Genshin. I think the only characters that do this the same times is Baiju. Yeah, the other character, and we know Baiju is actually good, right? That's why for me flexibility, she got an A. And now for limitation, she's got a limitation on C6. I do think that is a her only limitation because in terms of team building, not so much. So I do think she got only a C for me, not like a B because her C6 is so crucial for Diona. And our potential, like I said, C6 is 100% the way to go, but you can literally get this. I do think this one is pretty much you. For me, you now allowed to use Sophonius because her energy is not tricky enough that she needs her own cryo particles with using sacrificial bow. The only time you need sacrificial bow for me, I think, in C0. Yeah, After that, it's pretty much the same with Performance Warble, but Performance Warble share with other characters energy, so I do recommend Performance still. And that leaves out with exploring, you can still shield, that's why I put her final score in A, which is, let me check. Okay, she's above theory, which means in terms of this, we put Diona in here. And the next one is, what is this? Dori. Okay, so now Dori is in weird situation here. You're probably going to see in my notes here, Dori is actually getting score of C. And usually, when people call Dori, he's probably always thinking of the shittiest characters in the game. But actually, she can play Hyper Bloom. Yep. But in the caveat, C6. Yeah, her only caveat is C6. But because he plays, you have to be in field to play Hyper Bloom. That's why it's kinda a little bit in a suck way. And remember her healing, and these are shit. Like, I don't know why they make her so shit. The one with her Q is her healing, and that is also shit. Yeah. Well, I actually kinda expect, okay. And anyways, this is her. We don't need to discuss Hyper Bloom in basically because she's played away. That's why I give her B. Now flexibility, yeah, only play in Hyper Bloom, and Hyper Bloom getting contested by Cookie and Raiden makes it so hard. I even can give her F to be honest, but that is that. And now limitation C6. If you don't have C6, you fuck. And the only problem here is if you other constellation is also kinda not mad, but just okay. But because her C6 is good, I give her at least B. At least deserving B. Because her as a 4-star, okay. Now exploring this shit, okay, do not play her for exploring, you might regret it. And her final score in C. Let me check where it is. Okay, between Sino and Candice. Yeah, in here. Yeah. To be honest, I do think Dori should be in here, maybe, or even here. I don't know. And for Diona, I do think Diona actually deserving this spot. Yeah, deserving this spot. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this video is useful. And like usual, like and subscribe. I see you in the next video, and it's about Emily. Bye bye.